Hello everyone, I am Sajad and you are watching Pharma Inform. In Pharma Inform today we will discuss a very basic topic which is the very important step of our wet granulation series, and it is dry sieving. As the name indicates, we sieve or screen dry product or our product or granules which are previously dried. So this video is very important because the size of granules which is required for compression of tablets is determined by the dry sieving step. In this video we will learn how we can understand or how we know that which mesh number is used for a specific product, how the flow of product is dependent on dry granulation or dry sieving step, how disintegration is dependent on the dry sieving. One is flow, second is disintegration, dissolution, and we will also discuss some defects like capping, how all these factors are related to the dry sieving step. Simply, in dry sieving step we sieve our dried granules by using oscillating granulator or dry mill. The important point or important thing which we should kept in mind during this step is the sieve or screen which is used for crushing of granules. So in our routine we select the mesh or screen which is mentioned in our batch manufacturing record or BMR, but for a common understanding or for a basic concept, how we select the sieve used for the dry sieving step. Basically, the selection of sieve for the dry sieving step depends upon our formulation characteristics, mean our product or our tablet weight, our tablet disintegration, our tablet dissolution profile, and the flow property of granules. For a simple and thumb rule, we will discuss some basic points which will help you to understand the concept of sieve selection. For a basic rule, if our tablet size is large, say 700 milligram, or we have to compress our tablet at 700 mg weight, mean our dye filling will be with 700 milligrams of granulated product, and for its comparison we have a product or tablet whose compression weight is 150 milligram. So for a large weight tablets we use mesh number of a lower side, mean 12 number, 16 number, and in this way we use mesh number of upper sizes like 20, 24. It is a basic, and for clearing your concept it may vary product to product or pharma to pharma. The basic concept is that this mesh will produce somewhat large granules. This or these mesh will produce somewhat small granules as compared to these. So the concept is that for filling of dye used for 700 milligrams, we can use large size granules which can easily fill our dye for giving or for providing 700 milligram of weight without any problem. For small size tablet we have basically small dye. So for filling of small dyes, if we will use large size granules, the dye filling will not be proper and empty spaces will remain inside the dyes and will result in many defects or problems. When we use small size granules, these can easily fill our dye to give 150 milligram of weight without any problem. So one basic concept or criteria for selection of mesh number or sieve is the weight of tablet. For thumb rule, for large size tablets we use large granules, and for large granules we use lower number of meshes like 12, 16. For small size tablets we use small size granules, and for these small size granules we use 20, 24 and 30 number etc. mesh. Other factor is, for some cases we are using practically a small granule size for the large tablets if it's not disturbing our flow properties, due to the fact that our disintegration time is very high, dissolution profile is not okay, so we have to reduce the particle size to give the better dissolution profile and better disintegration time. So small size granules dissolve rapidly, disintegration time is low, so sieve selection is also dependent on the results of our tablets which are compressed, like disintegration time, dissolution profile. If our dissolution profile with large size granules is very low or very poor, we can use small size granules for those products. And if by using small size sieve our flow is not disturbed, we can easily use small size granules for the large size tablets. I hope you are confused about this step. One main thing is tablet weight. For easy dye filling, for large size tablets we use large size granules. Large size granules are produced by the lower number of mesh. For small size tablets we use small size granules for easy dye filling, and for small size granules upper number of sieves are used. If we have disintegration and dissolution profile problems for the large size tablets, then we can use small size granules, mean upper numbers of mesh or screens for the large size tablets, but the condition is that our flow properties are not disturbed, because usually when we have to fill a dye for large size tablets weight variation is observed, or due to the generation of fine particles or due to the higher ratio of fine, weight variation can be observed. So it was a dry sieving step. Now we will discuss flow properties. As we discussed earlier, When we use fine granules or higher number of meshes, it create more fine and less granule ratio. So for higher tablet weight, our flow may be disturbed. Large size granules may result in prolonged disintegration time. Higher mesh size may result in low dissolution profile. So we will have to use a validation process to validate the results of our products or tablets results. So we always use the mesh which is validated for our product to get the better results. For the dry sieving, as we discussed earlier, we can use oscillating granulator or dry mills. During this step, dust is generated. So for operator safety, mask and gloves should always be wear to protect our operators. It was the dry sieving step. If you have any confusion, you can ask in the comment box. If you like the video, subscribe our channel and share it to the others. Till the next video, Allah Hafiz.